Gearbest have kindly sent me another new drone to have a look at, and this is the iDRONE i4w, as you can clearly see. I love the way they photographed it, making it look so massive compared to the transmitter itself. So if it is this size, it is extremely well packaged because it's a very small box. Talking about well packaged, it's actually come with not a single mark on it, so I'm really impressed with that. And it is well packaged, I would imagine. Once we get inside, we'll soon find out. It's got Wi-Fi on it for using the FPV, and you can use it on Apple or Android, and it's got a link to the Google Play Store as well. The photograph on the back's really slick. I mean, it's just a nice, clean, easy looking box. Most important thing is let's get inside and see how well packaged that is. No disappointment here, it is well packaged within the box as well. I do like it when it's well done. It's this sort of moulded plastic, so it's really a good protection. So in theory, with the cardboard around the outside and the way it was boxed anyway, it shouldn't get damaged, and it certainly doesn't look damaged, so that's brilliant. Neat looking little quad, really smart, and it's got built-on prop guards as well. I'm sure they will come off if you need to, but we'll investigate that as we go through the review itself. And it all looks pretty good. Down into the next layer, and then we've got the transmitter, and that's looking pretty good as well. And it's got your normal sort of warnings on there, and there's a correction function. Basically telling you how to set the accelerometer, so that's quite nice. So it tends to come on your bigger quads like that with the extra card bit, and that's a smart looking little transmitter. So that's everything unpacked. There was these items are all tucked in underneath the body of the transmitter, which is a rather good way of shifting them around. This is quite an elaborate and quite strong feeling holder for your phone that attaches to the transmitter, and I'll do that in a minute. You've got the quad itself, which looks rather smart, like I said, and on board the quad there's a single cell 350 milliamp hour battery, and it's the normal size, so I mean you could have 2 or 3 of those you could quite easily get, then you could get more flying time. You've got 4 spare propellers as per normal, and you've got the little mini Phillips screwdriver. And then a different charger, I've not come across this one before. It's a USB charging port, so either mains or onto your computer, but it's got 2 of the tiny sort of battery charging ports that you have on the very small quads, the sort of micro and mini ones, micro and nano ones, sorry. And then also you've got 2 charging ports for the actual single cell that comes with it. So actually we charge 4 batteries at once by the looks of it, which is be quite interesting to see. And apparently on the back it's an intelligence charger, so we'll see how good that is. Okay, got the battery on charge with that super duper charger. Well, I'm hoping it's going to be. So always a good time to go through the instructions. And this is a nice little leaflet. And the only thing, it's one of my bugbears, when they print it in 2 languages, so you've got it in English and Chinese, and it's quite difficult to find the bits you want to get to. The actual little photographs in here are quite good, and if you're new to it all, it does explain it all quite well, all the accessories you get with it, and a run through on the transmitter. And obviously I'll check that all this does work when we do the full transmitter review in a little while. You've got the installing your batteries and everything, getting your battery on charge, which is already in hand. And it is quite well laid out. The Chinese to English is pretty good. I've seen a lot worse, that's for sure. But some of the things you have to sort of make up the bits to fill in the gaps, if you see what I mean. So, but generally quite good. And if you're brand new to quads, it does tell you how to get started, which is a really nice key thing. And then you've got the, if you've got any problems, how to sort them out and everything, and also the colour coding on the batteries, which is good. And then it's just got a quick identification of what you've actually got in your pack there. The other thing that comes with it, and that's quite good, is for the Wi-Fi, telling you how to connect up, and depending on whether you're Apple or Android, and basically how to get started into the Wi-Fi. But I'll be doing a full review on that and see how we go. And then I'm a bit confused. I don't know how this is in here. It was neatly packed in with it. It's the HyperX headset, and I don't know anything about gaming or anything, but this seems to be a gaming headset. It's sort of voice activated as well, so I don't really understand what it's doing in here, whether or not it's just a mistake, but I just thought I'd show it. Obviously if you want to put a comment down of why and how you could use that with a quad, I'd be really interested in it. If not, it's just wound up with some extra random paperwork. Installing the phone holder is really simple. Just got the two pins here that go into the holes on the transmitter. You just slide that into there. It's quite a good fit, and then this is quite a good little sort of, almost like a little rack and pinion, well, sort of like two racks really, going together, and that just clips into there, and you just keep sliding it up. And click, click, click until it gets right into there, and then that is a really strong hold. I mean, I could see me sort of, you're gonna, well, I don't think anything's going to break, and I was going to say you could break the handle on it, but no, it's actually so strong, it's not going to break, and the actual fixing of your phone on here is really good, and the angle. So impressed with the way they've done that. So got the battery off charge, and it's quite simple to pop it back in and out. It slides in and out. There's a slight little lip here, which you don't even be able to see, that pops it in and out. But what you wind up doing is you wind up wrenching this bit here. So you're going to pull the two cables going into the battery. That's not a good idea. So a little tip here, only for those who subscribe or give us a thumbs up, is to put a little bit of sellotape, or if you're in the UK and you're of a certain age, sticky back plastic is what it used to be called. And you just literally do a little loop with it like that. So you've just got a little flat tab, and then you can grab hold of that tab and pull it as hard as you like, and you won't damage your battery. And that, believe you me, once you've damaged your battery and you can't fly, you're going to be a little bit upset. So, and that simply slides back in there, and then you can see you can get in there and you can pull that out without wrenching on here. Okay, so I'm going to connect the battery up on the quad. I just like to have a quick look around the quad, a quick explanation of what's what on it. So that's all good. It doesn't, this just sits down low so the props won't catch it, and you've got the little antenna there for your Wi-Fi. It's got little LEDs sort of in there. They're quite bright. I'd be interested to see what they're like outside, and they're actually on the arms, vary slightly, but not an awful lot. You've got this cool sort of bug eye thing going on with the blue one. So they've actually put red at the back, green at the front, and then blue. And you've got the little 0.3 megapixel camera in there, so that's we're not expecting huge things from that. But what it does have is a slot there for a micro SD card, but that is, there's no facility to take a micro SD card. It would only slide in there and hit your printed circuit board inside, so that wouldn't be any good at all. And basically you record it on your phone, but I'll run through that as we get onto the phone and the transmitter. Installing the app can be any simpler really. You can either use the QR code on the box, or I'm going to use the one that comes with the paperwork. Just trying to get this all on camera, it's always entertaining. There we go. It's gone straight through to the Google Play Store, which is the one I'm going to use. And then simply go on to install, and you have to accept everything as per normal. Just going to open it up, and then what you need to do now is to actually go on to the Wi-Fi that comes with the drone, basically. So you need to plug your drone in. I'm not going to bother putting the battery in the battery bay holder. I'm just literally going to plug it in, and then come up to your Wi-Fi settings. And it's because I've been playing around with this and I've been onto it once before, it remembers it there anyway. But if not, just in your Wi-Fi you need to select iDRONE. So let me just show that to you. So go to your Wi-Fi settings, and I've already been playing around with this, so I've already connected to it once, but it comes up with the iDRONE, and then you simply click on that one, and as you see it remembers it anyway, so that's good. And then we're on to, just flick through these, then it comes on to iDRONE itself, and then go for FPV connection. You then have to rotate your screen and simply press the play button. And it's really quick actually, I've noticed it comes up very quick indeed. Okay, so the transmitter itself. I'll put the quad on first of all. Actually, you should put the transmitter on first of all. And then if you keep the throttle at the bottom to start with, and then go up and down on the throttle, you saw there was flashing LEDs on the quad, and now they've gone to static LEDs, which means it's bound basically. It comes as mode 2, so your throttle's on this side, and it's a nice gentle start with the throttle. You haven't got any problems there of anything suddenly taken off. To flip the quad, you simply press this right button here, and you get a constant beep, 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 beep like that, which is loud enough to hear when you're flying. And then as soon as you go in any direction here, it will flip in that direction, obviously, and then the beeping stops, so it just does one flip. If you want to change the rates, you simply press this button on the left, and that you get a double beep to get up to 60, a beep, beep, beep up to 100, and then it's cyclical, so press it at beep, it comes around to 40%, so you've got a 40, 60, 100% flights. To return to home is this button here, so you simply press that one and you get it constantly flashes away until you actually press something to take it out of return to home, or you press that again and it will come off return to home. And if you notice, hopefully when I pressed it, the LEDs start flashing on the quad again, which means that it's in the return to home status. You can turn the lights on and off of the quad, so you press that little button there. They're off underneath, but you still keep the little LED eyes on, which are quite cool, I think. So we'll pop those back on. The camera doesn't work on this one because there's no connection to your phone with the transmitter, and it's geared for the one that comes that you've got a micro SD card in there, and it will be recording on board. And there's no onboard recording; you record it to your phone on this one. So that works the same with the video one as well. You get the icon up, but it won't do anything, so you're better to avoid those. This button here is just a dead button, just does nothing whatsoever, but it does make a beep. And this one here puts it into headless mode. So with normal flying, if you're flying normally away from you, obviously you'd be pitching forward, it would go that way. But once you turn to the right, say 90 degrees, and you pitch forward, it will go that way, because that's forward for the quad. So you're in pilot mode basically, so you'll be sat in the pilot's position basically to use the controls. If you press it in headless mode, and then you get flashing LEDs, and you get a different tone to what you do with the ordinary return to home mode. I'm going to turn that off because it's really loud. Then if I now go forward, everywhere's forward from the initial position, so no matter what orientation the quad's in, that will always be forward, and that would always be right, so it doesn't matter what direction the quad's facing in. So there's loads of stuff on the web about headless mode, and most beginners will start in headless mode, but you soon come out of it, to be honest. These are your trim buttons, so if it's drifting or anything, you would use your trim buttons. I don't expect that one does anything, but this one certainly will, and that will be for your rotation. And the actual transmitter itself is really quite nice. It's comfortable in the hand, and it's sort of got that sort of rubberized plastic feel to it, which is rather good. The carry handle is absolutely superb. You couldn't possibly damage that, I don't think. It just feels good. Just really good. Oh, and the quad's still alive, as you notice. So I'll just kill that. But no, very impressed with it. For what it is, I don't usually like the transmitters that much. I mean, it's definitely a toy grade transmitter, but it is really nice and really good. The aerial, there's no wire or anything in here at all, so this is just totally duff, totally a show off basically. And the connection to your phone is absolutely fantastic. The holder is really rock solid. The only thing you do need, and I forgot to mention as well, is you just need 4 AA batteries. If you haven't got those, you can't fly basically.
Okay, so let's see how we get on. So it always starts in low rates, and that's very nice and smooth. I would say a little bit lethargic, but that's full pitch. Oh, the FPV's working. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that works fine. That's good. So let's take up the rates then. So let's just bring it back here. I'll do the 3 rates here, I think. So that's yawing in low rates, medium rates, high rates. Oh, high rates got a bit more go in it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Well, that's very smart actually. And the LEDs, you can actually see them outside. I didn't think you would be able to, but you can, so that's good. Okay, let's try headless mode. So you get those sort of long beeps then. Well, it certainly works in headless. If you want headless, that's it. Well, it's good that the beeps are working as well. I always like something that makes a noise, that it actually shows that it's doing something. And now I'll do the return to home, and here it comes. And as soon as you use any of the sticks, it will stop returning to home. So, and if you're in low rates, it will return to home slowly. So it's let's just show you. So now I press return to home. You can see it's sort of quite slow in the way it's coming back. That's, you know, they never actually come home because it's not got GPS on it, so you can't really expect that. I'm going to flip it, so you press this one on the right. Whoa, that's pretty cool. Yeah, if you like flipping, it certainly flips. Yeah, it doesn't really lose a lot of height either, so that's rather good. And, oh, we can turn the LEDs off as well. I've shown that in the transmitter one. Oh, you can actually see them even against the bright sky. Now let's see how we get on with a little bit of FPV. I'm going to go back across the garden and let that go over there. See how far we can get. Actually, let's just bring it back towards me. Cool. This is over 30 meters if it can go over there. I mean, it's straight anyway, so it shouldn't really have a problem. Well, that's pretty good. Well, we're getting no dropout. Not as much as I thought. You got the odd bit of dropout earlier with it. But no, that's holding alright. Well, it's doing fine. Crikey, yeah. We'll drop it down into the low rates. Just see how we get on. It's so narrow a field. Whoa. Whoops! That's the only thing we're doing a range test. I've got to walk all this way to get it back. Very interested to see how it gets on with it. Oh. That's different. Oh well. Whoops. Oh no, it's actually really twisted it on there. God, yeah, it really has. Huh. See how that goes. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, I'm in low rates, that's why I didn't pick up quite so quick. Yeah, it's fine. Looking good. Okay, that's smart. Sorry, let's try that again. Bung it in low rates again, just see how we get on this time. Oh, crikey. Flying terribly today. Yeah, definitely operator error that. There we go. Nice. Oh, we're getting flashing LEDs. Had to be done. Be rude not to.
Okay, so what did I think of it? Well, I always like to get any negatives I've got about anything out the way first of all. And my only slight thing is the FPV. But being Wi-Fi, it's not aimed at this one. Virtually all Wi-Fi FPV is never that brilliant anyway. So I think for what it does it okay. The lens could be wider and everything else, but it's a package just to get you started. And I think, you know, as a starting quad, you probably use the FPV a little bit, but you probably actually have loads more fun just flying it, to be honest. And when you want to move up to a full system, you'll move to a full system. Apart from that, and that is only a slight negative really, that's not really a huge thing with it, is the quad's really nice looking, it flies really well. The rates are a little bit soft for me, but I do fly a lot, so starting off you probably think it was absolutely fine, and at 100% it still gets a bit of a shift on, it's still quite good fun. If you took the prop guards off, which just a simple unscrew there, and then they come off, you'd save a bit of weight, give you a little bit more go in 100%, so that would be absolutely fine. The LEDs work outside. You can see when you're starting to run low on battery or you've activated anything that the LEDs start flashing, so that's good as well. The transmitter, now this is amazing. The whole kit here is around £35, just over $42. For an extra £1, I think you can get an extra spare battery for the quad, which would be good because you've got the double charger that comes with it as well, and that's really good as well as another benefit of it as well. But this, back onto this transmitter, this is really nice. This for the level of what it is, I think it's absolutely superb. The mounting on your phone is absolutely fantastic. It's really nice and solid, definitely not going to go anywhere. The actual transmitter feels good in your hand, and even with a phone attachment, yes, the weight's slightly that way, but it's not too much. It's really comfortable. If you find it too heavy, just bung a lanyard on it. There's the hole there for it. The sticks and everything were nice, and I like the fact that when you press a button or activate anything, you get a really loud beep that you can hear even when you're flying. So you know you've activated something either intentionally or by mistake, so that's all good, and everything's just clearly done. These could be actually marked up, that would be the only thing, but no, the transmitter, I'm a bit surprised at the level of that for all the money involved. Yeah, so I really do like it. It's really good fun. I should be flying it a bit more.